Okay, so EVO 2024, I was there. I was working this year, and even before I got to EVO, we already got stories, right? So I flew out of here. I flew out of Austin at, like, I think it was like the middle of the day on Wednesday. And I'm walking around the airport. I see somebody I think I recognize. I'm like, is that who I think it is? It was this lady. It looked very familiar. I couldn't quite place where I knew her from, but I didn't bother talking to her, right? Because the airport, you're like already like anxiety, like level 80. So I didn't bother. And then I was walking around and I was walking towards my gate and I see that lady who I thought I recognized sitting next to Lacari. It was Lacari's girlfriend. And Lacari was there. Lacari most likely going to EVO, going to my flight. So went up to Lacari, gave him a fist bump and say, hey, from one FGC guy to another, good to see you. And then I kept walking around on my way. Right? So that was my interaction with Lacari. After this, about like an hour or so later, we start loading into the plane. Start getting into the plane. And this is before the CrowdStrike shit, so everything is fine. Right? This is before the CrowdStrike shit, so everything is cool. Everything is dandy. Just another day getting into an airplane. Right? Now, I'm sitting in one of the exit rows. Because I'm a bigger guy. Right? I need my extra leg space. I'm sitting in this row right here. Right, and meanwhile, there's another seat here, there's another seat here, here, seat here, and then this is the other aisle. I'm sitting right here. That's me. I see Lacari and his girlfriend walk in, and they start sitting down right here, in this row. I'm just sitting there. All of a sudden, and I'm like closing my eyes, I'm dozing off a little bit just because I'm so fucking tired. I didn't get any sleep the day before. All of a sudden, I hear, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And it was Lacari's girlfriend. Flipping out. Oh my God, are you okay? Lacari looking around like he... Like it was like one of those the floor is lava moments where he's like, It turns out, when Lacari was putting his bag on the overhead bin, this gigantic Evian water bottle that was in his bag on like the side netting, you know what I'm talking about? As he was pushing it in, the water bottle falls out, lands smack on this dude's head. A full water bottle lands smack dab on the dude's head. Now, everybody was fine. Nobody was hurt. But it was fucking funny. And I feel bad for Lacari in this moment because I know exactly what he's going through. Right? He's looking around, trying to understand what's happening. His girlfriend is like trying to make sure the guy is okay. And Lacari is like... Finally, once his girlfriend determines that the guy that got hit was okay, she turns to him and goes, "You just dropped your big ass water bottle on his head." And he goes, "Oh! Oh!" And then he says, "I'm sorry." And here's the part that gets even worse. Lacari then gets out of this aisle and sits down right there. So he dropped his water bottle on top of this dude's head and then was like, "Sorry, can I get in there?" Dude, look. Everybody was fine. This shit was just funny. And I feel for Lacari so hard because I totally understand. I would have been so overwhelmed and like so confused and sad and upset that like I would have just been like, oh, holy shit, dude, I'm so sorry. And then just like cuddle up next to the window here and pretend I don't exist for the next 5 minutes. Oh, man. Dude, that shit was so funny. And look, everybody laughed it off. Everybody was okay. Nobody got hurt. The overhead attack. Dude, everybody was okay. Nobody got hurt. I think the fact that his girlfriend freaked out more than the guy that got hit by the water bottle did made it funny. Right? The fact that this could have been very serious and she understood how serious that could have been, but everything was fine, I think that made it very funny. So, everybody laughed it off. We went on our way. Flight flawless after that. So, that was my... This is the first time I've seen Lacari in person. And this was my first impression of Lacari. Look, first impression of Lacari in like outside of stream, right? I watch his stream every once in a while, watch him play Tekken or whatever other degenerate stuff he does. It's very fun, like hanging out in Lacari's stream. I enjoy it. But it was just so funny seeing him like this, like in this situation, right? That shit was so fucking funny. Also, shout outs to his girlfriend, man. She knows how to defuse a room. She really knows how to defuse a room. That shit was sick. That shit was sick. Who's this guy? Coming in, looking at the bracket, right? Dude, my hairline is just fucking done, dude. I need to go to Turkey and get hair plugs or something. This is rough. This is really rough. This is me planting seeds. The entire time we're walking, I'm like, hey, we have locals at Arcade UFO. Hey, we have locals at Arcade UFO. Speaking of which, for those of you in Austin, you should go to Arcade UFO this Saturday for Saucy Saturday. Huh? Huh? But anyway, for those of you that have never been on stream at a big tournament, this is such a good documentation. Who's the narrator? That's his girlfriend, Kyuko. For those of you that have never like played on stream, this is such a good documentation of like all of the shit that happens beforehand and like how inconvenient it is, but also how awesome it is at the same time. So they decide who plays on what side. That dude won, so he picked player one, right? And in Tekken, everybody knows player one side's better. So at this point, I'm getting all his information to put up on stream. So I'm getting like all the information, like name and double checking spelling and all this other stuff. And remember when I said the story about Lacari earlier about how he seems like he was easily overwhelmed? Or like about how he was overwhelmed in that airplane situation? I'm realizing more and more that like he probably feels overwhelmed, and like this isn't me like trying to diagnose or anything, but this is like me finding solace in this, that like I think he is also like very easily overwhelmed like I am, because not enough outside experience. Yeah, I don't know if that's what it is, or like, dude, EVO is overwhelming, man. There was 20,000 fucking people in that fucking room. You know what I'm saying? So it's an overwhelming experience, but seeing him have this experience is so interesting to me, because I think I feel the very same way, and seeing how supportive his partner is of him is so cool. It's so cool that she was like helping him out when like she could tell like he was like in the thick of it, in like stuck in his own brain, right? So seeing that was like really, really cool. Not that I'm saying like seeing somebody be overwhelmed is cool. What I'm saying is like seeing how supportive his partner was of him and seeing that relationship was like really sick. Because like that shit's rare. You know what I'm saying? Lacari is a fucking nut at Tekken, by the way. Also, I want to point this out. He is the third best player from Texas. He got 129th. He tied for 129th at EVO. He fucking killed it. The only people that did better than him were Hayes and Joe Crush from Texas. I wanted to point this out. He can play. Like, look how sick this is. This is so cool. Even give him a pat on the back. Give him a pat on the back. So, that was Lacari day one, right? That was Lacari day one. Now, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, oh, he was great to have on stream, so I'll pull him on stream again. And it was about this time that I realized that this is a problem. Actually, I didn't even realize at the time that this was a problem. But it was at this time that Majin Obama, on commentary, realized there's a problem. And it's a shirt. You guys see what his shirt says? It says, biggest micro penis in the world. Now, here's what's even funnier about this. I walked with him the entire way there. I got his information. I sat him down. The stage manager got his information, sat him down. None of us noticed the shirt. None of us noticed the shirt. And it was about this time when the cameraman is looking at Lacari that on the headphones we're wearing, the director goes, "Guys, what the fuck is this shirt?" So, Majin Obama noticed the shirt. The director noticed the shirt. None of us on stage noticed the fucking shirt, right? And here's the thing. This would not be an issue if this were any other tournament buddy go. And we had one of two options. One, we send Lacari back. Two, we get the cameraman to do some film school shit so that is never seen. And we went with option B, thankfully, because this match was actually pretty sick. Dude, look at, you know, Obama saw the shirt, and so did MYK. Right? I think that, I think this is when they noticed the shirt. Was that around this time that everybody realized this shirt?
I don't know how they're gonna work the camera on this. I don't think. God bless. Do you best?
Woo! Thank God I'm not the cameraman, dude. Of course it would be Big Lacari. Oh my God.
But Lacari too, he's no stranger to betting big in a lot of these situations.
Gold, right? And this is the thing, is like, if you had not seen the shirt beforehand, this would be so weird.
You'll live and die by that, you know, especially last year, I think in EVO, actually, I played against him a good bit.
Yeah, this is the point where like the stage manager's like, "Hey, just don't lean back because of your shirt," and he's like,
Really,
"Oh, okay."
Really aggressive style. This is another kind of player, I think, too. The biggest mixes.
Oh yeah,
you know,
for sure.
like that kind of play.
I didn't hear this commentary, but this is so good.
That kind of play style.
Notice they didn't cut the camera back immediately.
Lacari,
Moving on, loser's side, but still in the bracket.
Nice
Hey, yo,
stuff to Lacari.
shout out to the
there.
cameraman too.
Yeah.
They do
They're doing
fantastic
overtime
work.
out there.
Fantastic work.
Cinema, absolute cinema, dude.